Al-Qaedi or Kledio Kachi against Kansalim or Eklund Kachi. So there's a possibility of a quarter-final involving the two Kachi brothers. Now though, let's concentrate on this one. The lag looks a bit steamy from...
And the two's going to spin up the table.
I think Duong, at the age of 38, continues to
do that. You know, the good thing, I've talked to him, and you know, I saw it at the PLP on day one when he came. 9 ball. Awfully proud. Really great event. Yeah, that's that 2 in the side I was talking about. I was going to say he's going to get some kind of kiss, but he's going to get a kiss that's okay. Rare missed kick from FSR, and he knows.
A rash of people apologizing for stuff they hadn't ought to.
I don't mind it either. Or not handshake, excuse me, but you know what I mean. Tap of the table. Easy out with the ball in hand, all the balls open, but you'll see he's not going to take it for granted. He's
this one, a rack chalked up.
You could kind of promote a bad decision or maybe a mistake from nowhere. Not that way anymore, I think.
Intentional route into world-class pool for Duong, working in a pool hall called...
Stories moving forward, but I think as the game keeps evolving, it's going to be more like... All right, this is going to fall just a hair thin on the 8 in the lower left, or go a natural 3 rails for the 9 in the lower right. Speed looks very good.
Early indications really positive.
And that's the worst hit I've seen on the rack all week from Duong. Super thin, you could hear it at the 5. He played it lighter. I don't know if the 1's going to escape enough now. Yeah, maybe. Okay, he did catch the 5. I don't think he'll go for the make. Oh, cut the ball. The 1's going to rest a little oddly. Did fluke the 6, though. But I don't know. I might look at something else. Really good speed. Yeah, that was certainly the case, trying to play a little to open. Nice touch. It's going to open up a little bit, I think. No, very good. One, really. He got in way behind it. That's...
Actually, I was talking to him last night after he came through the previous round. He beat Harris.
But it's a lot of grinding out games. It's a lot of like earning that first shot cushion. Kind of squeeze that.
Two becomes 3 in favor of Duong.
That reminds me of Sebastianov a little bit. There's that thin hit again. He's got to shore that up because that could be costly at the wrong moment. Yeah, he's going behind the 7. Looks pretty good from here. You see how light everything is coming in, though? Hard to get a lot done. And, of course, I really think it's a lot of break and runs over on the other table, which you can obviously.
You and I, Jeremy, were boning in the last 16. On that stage. Yes, okay.
The luck was really at the end. It was some craziness at the end a little bit, but that's what you
say 11-9.
Yeah. Because he had a crazy shot, and then he came with a crazy shot. I believe it was at.
He's certainly doing it right now. He leads.
Yeah, much better hit there. And if you notice, he took a little speed off after breaking and catching it really.
Under the 30-second shot clock rule, and I think his pace of.
He's around the table, but I agree. I was telling the guys the 12-second mark. You can see him. He always around the 12 to 15-second mark, unless
you get your own internal clock, and you know exactly how the seconds are ticking away. Halfway home, Duong.
Win. Okay, he's going to get a little cut off the offensive side of things. Can see the three first. This is the thing. If you don't get the snooker, you know the three's open. So this may be the first chance. He just gets.
Wasn't quite sure.
I think this, but just because FSR is so good, beating him at the tactical side of things as well. He's not going to be too happy on any of the tough ones, but man. And that's not because the FSR hasn't played poorly by any means. Okay, the 5 passes the 6. I'll tell you, I mean, I always like hearing them interviews from especially players I don't know as well. He said, I just try to win the first game. And that his first game is what he meant. And then he knows from there, once he's are.
Yeah, on the board.
Great contact on the 1 there. Very good connection. Is the 2 going to open? It is. The 7-8. He went in and played the safe. Just didn't like his chances of getting on. And that's what I mean, just no guarantee on between, I don't think anyway. Yeah, I like that better. It's gonna get away a little bit. No, it's okay. 3. Try to go 1 rail behind the 3, leave some distance. That's gotta go a little bit, I think. Pretty well struck. He'll take it.
And Eklund Kachi has just gone 5-2 up on Cancelim as the balls go everywhere. Does anything drop? No, it doesn't.
He's going to try and pull the ball behind the 4, or the 5 rather, excuse me. But smart, even if he leaves 2 below the 4. Yeah, that's what he was trying to do. He's going to get a friendly little rub off the 3, I think. He caught that a little thinner than he wanted. So you're going to try and get in position and then make that decision. Yeah, along with some great execution. Just like this.
Bother. Nothing's going for him at all.
What a hit. I was going to say that he's going to try and make this. Boy, and just winning.
You know what they say, patient.
Win tournaments, and that's exactly what we saw there in rack number 7. He can't afford this, though. This is, he can't afford, you know, whether he's trailing the 3 proper here in a moment to get on the 4, and then after that. Softer speed. All right, he's going to play for the combination, and he's fallen quite. The only thing he could really do is overcut it. Yeah.
The 9th.
Just on this ball. Yeah, and you called it. What he wants, it looks like he's going to get. He's got a good chance to.
But boy, does it work.
Yeah, I think it's very good. Side saddle if you would be, but uh-oh, what a big mistake from nowhere. Just kind of one-stroked it, huh, Phil? Didn't go through like he normally does. Yeah.
That was really good. The thick, but he judged that ideally. There's a spring in his...
I think you tend to stroke the ball better, too, because it kind of requires it.
That could have been a little...
I thought he'd let it run a little more. No real problem besides being short, and that's not the case here. And what I like, he didn't even consider the safety. He's really just going to attack. The 1 rattles, the 7 rattles, the 4 down though, and he's going to have another look.
Breaking run out.
Get into the semis and still have a chance to take down the event.
It's a really burning match, and it turned out to be really poor.
Yeah, well, they played at the PLP. But Eklund not out.
And there's no doubt. He's only 1 behind now. It's a...
He played with actually a hair of outside and a great touch. Yeah, Newhausen is at the table, so maybe he can get one back. Or excuse me, after this game. Now the 7 doesn't have much of a pocket either way, so the bank cross corner didn't really offer a whole. What a hit. What a hit. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to get where he wants. It's going to offer a shot, of course, but
Cut it.
I think he's laying him up on the 9 ball.
Yeah, it was just...
Uh-oh. Okay. Thought it was, he couldn't predict. Going for the make here. For both players, of course, Duong getting one back, but it was 5-0, 7-5 in the first moment. It was very clean there. I think this is going to open up, but now between the 6-4 for a hair of an angle. You want to get across for the pink 4 here in a moment. Can seems kind of like pretty upset. I think that 6 ball I was talking about he missed.
In between racks here, Jeremy, I'm going to ask you about beyond tilt. They're just not made that way. Although, Duong, ooh. Oh, magnifico. We'll remember that 7 ball.
Those types of places you can go see that you would never imagine were there, and that connection looked pretty good to me. I wonder maybe to try and lengthen the game.
False shot.
I think you're gambling a bit much. Wow, you hit it perfect though. But I think the bank on the brown 7. Why not? You get and then make hopefully a good decision. That speed looks really good.
The last straw, it seems. Hand this evening. One catchy will be in the semi-finals. We don't know who.
I feel I know it isn't so much fun in the early years of your life because I have 2 brothers, but pretty awesome to have.
House on fire. Don't know the dynamic though if we played.
It should be in this final 16. All right, the 1 ball was easy. Cue ball's going to stop, but he's got ace. Safe. Wow.
Not for the first time when there was. Don't give you a great amount.
Yeah, I think the middle a good place. FSR. Got to be in a good place. Has Neuhausen grabbed the lead over there?
Can't see from my vantage point. What I do know here is that Francisco Sanchez.
Yeah, touch and that little bit of a strut around the table. And the table has all of a sudden gotten very stingy on the break. Yeah, I think if you got to shoot that with more safety there, I just felt like the players can do a lot to me with the kick or the jump cue. Well, need no jump cue here.
False shot.
And this could be issues getting on the pink, just like that. And that's why difficulty here. The 6 doesn't pass the 8, so a lot going on still.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, it's just so. Yeah, and the pink before it, right? Cueing with a hair of inside.
What a clearance that was. And 3.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. It just seems like the break has changed a bit, even when they're making balls.
FSR taking its extension on the combination. Can't have more than.
When we don't have the computer running the clock, they'll give a 10-second warning.
It's not have been that absent-minded, so maybe on the combo he didn't take his extension.
He made sure of that for sure. Maybe a hair. No, we used to always. Do you want the player? Would you bet on the player that has the, but he's in the chair?
I tell you what, you're right about this break.
And into the racks or into the matches, you just never know what might happen, no matter who the player is.
On the 1, it might have looked really simple, but by hitting that as thick as he could to pot it.
No, that was.
Is it going to be the 4 Ruiz? He was beaten in the last 16. This round, 12 months.
Looks like he's straight enough to hold, and Like here, is he going to have way more than most of the top players?
The prevailing emotion of Duong Quoc Hoang will be one of relief. When he led 5-0, it looked like perhaps being a very one-sided match. That could not have been further from the truth. It's been a bad afternoon for the Spaniards, even though